Hey, okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting on here. Hi everyone. Happy Saturday for me. I'm so excited. I'm so glad I get to come on here today. I love doing videos and sharing all the things that I love. And today I'm doing makeup. So super excited. And showing just kind of some new techniques, some new brushes and things like that. And today's a good day for it because I just got a spray tan yesterday. So I have like different, I'm different color than I normally am. And I really like to get spray tans when I can. It's just something that I like. I do like doing it at home, but sometimes when I can just get a spray tan, it's nice and fun. So something about spray tans though, real quick before I dive in, they are great for always making sure my connection. All right, there we go. Hey, okay. So something that's nice about spray tans is they're really great for evening out your skin tone. So if you have any kind of like acne or, you know, maybe even if it's just like discoloration or whatever, getting a nice spray or I really like a brand called, it's the Norvell brand from Amazon. I should link that, but I like to just spray that. That's really great. Just a nice little layer or something like that, and that'll really help even out your skin tone. So if you are having problems with your makeup where you feel like you can't ever get a really even skin tone, it's kind of like if I took, you know, a white piece of paper and I threw some like reddish brownish paint on it, and then I went and I hey Layla, then I went and I like took the paper and I sprayed the paper a light reddish brown color. Obviously those spots are going to disappear and not look so prominent. So that's kind of what I explain to people. I have people talk to me about having issues with their just makeup in general anytime, just wanting to really get a nice, even, glowy look, and that can always really help a lot. I'm going to clean up my brushes really fast today. And I love this cleanser. This is the Restore Cleanser. And I love doing that because, okay, you guys, I'm going to show you today the Buffy brush. But I love that I can just spray this and clean because I'm always too lazy to get my brushes cleaned like right after I use them. Okay, so this is the new Buffy brush. At least it's new right now. I love this. It's really condensed. It's so soft. It's so incredible, so soft. What are you doing today, Layla? How is your day today? It's so sunny and beautiful here. I love it. I've been working all morning cleaning. We just moved in and I love my bathroom. It's so organized and everything. Anyway, this brush is so nice. It's so condensed, it's so dense, but it's so soft, and it's just really perfect for stippling and just pressing your makeup on gently. And then I'm going to go ahead and start first by hydrating my face. I have really dry skin. I should have seen that coming. My brush falling. I have really dry skin. And something that I've said a lot in my videos is that even if you have oily skin, it might be an overreaction to your skin being so dry, that you're just really oily. So I find that people who use this moisturizer when they have oily skin, this is the Milk Moisturizer, it has the Stay Fresh top on it, and I love it. It's really thick and hydrating, but it soaks in really nicely. I like to compare it to La Mer moisturizer, which is amazing, but is also like $45 a sample or something like that. This is $50 for 1.7 ounces. So I love it. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh. Layla you're laying on your couch right now, going to make a peanut butter pie soon. I love peanut butter pie. Someone give me a recipe. Okay, so I just really moisturize and get it nice and deep into my skin. And if you have oily skin, don't skip this. Try it out, and it might be what solves your problem. Like overnight, I've seen it be miraculous for people with oily skin. But I know that at times when I've had oily skin, I've wanted to really stay away from moisturizer. So don't skip that out on that if you can. I recommend doing it further away from your makeup than what I'm doing right now, but I'm kind of in a rush today. But you guys, do you notice anything different about me? I have these beautiful lashes on today. I'll talk a little bit more about those at the end. These are, I just got sick and tired of strip lashes, and I don't want to pay all of the money for upkeep for lash extensions, but this is like the happy medium, and I get tired of putting mascara on every day, let's be honest. These are Lashify lashes, and I put a link for them above. They are awesome. I put them on last night. I slept in them. I'm really happy. I'll do an update and I'll do a video where I show the application. It was a total breeze. Loved it. Love these lashes. I'm so happy that I found them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with my highlight, and I want to talk about highlight for people. With mascara makeup, the makeup is cream, and I love using creams. I've been a makeup artist for quite a while, and I just find that creams agree the most with every skin type. They illuminate in a way that doesn't have to look greasy, or and you don't need to put a lot on, or it will look greasy. And they stay nicely, they move with your skin, they don't oxidate. So that's why I always use creams. I love this brand. I discovered it a while ago, and I just love working with it so much. So since I'm a darker, here's some of my shades. I have them all mixed up right now. But this is my artist palette, and I have some of these shades here just for all different ranges. So you can see I have tons of different ranges. This is not a highlight shade. And the highlight is going to be what this is what I'm going to use this for, is to just go in with a base. And I'm going to go ahead and really get it into the skin there. I'm going to try, this is kind of nice because whenever I have a spray tan, it's always kind of like guessing. So I'm going to be able to show you today why I chose what I choose. And so for you, you can see that there are going to be times when you'll, see that a different color is going to look better than another color, and you should definitely play around and just have a find what works for you the best. This is Aura. I really like this color. Let's try it. I think it's going to be a little too light for me, but what I really want is coverage for this discoloration here and for those blemishes. So it's too light for me, as you can see, which is kind of good. I wanted you to see that. Because when it's too light with cream makeup, you're going to see more of a powdery cast look. Okay. So, and it might make your skin look like it's dry, even if it's not dry. But see how there's kind of, it looks like textury, just like you can see it. The makeup's there, as opposed to it just really soaking into your skin. So let me find... Why did I mix all my stuff up right before I went to show you guys? That is fun, but not really. Here we go. This one? No. And then I'm going to grab a couple colors. This is more of the personal palette size, so it's a little bit less tricky. And this is the palette I made for my kids to play in with nail polish. All right, so I'm going to use this one today. Let's try, I'm going to go a little bit darker. I'm going to use something, this is more of a beige color. This is Sandy highlight. And hi, Chantel. It's just a little bit, see how it's too kind of beigey. So a lot of these are really yellow looking, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about, why yellow is going to be really nice, because yellow is going to disguise any purple or that help with that redness. So this is just more beige than what I want. And a lot of people want to get that beige color. Or most foundations are like a beige or a pinky color. And see how it kind of has more of like a gray cast to it. So the one that I'm going to use today is going to be, hang on here. I'm going to use wheat today. So this is pretty, it's kind of yellow looking compared to the other ones. And I'm going to pop that right over top of my redness. And a little bit under my eye. And see how that just covers it up so nicely. And I'm just using a teeny tiny bit. But it doesn't keep me from looking glowy still. It's not heavy, but it keeps a nice glowy look, like what you want in a highlight. And I'm just stippling it on. Look at that coverage compared from this to this here. And the Sandy is not a bad color. It's just not as brightening as I want. I really want my highlight to really illuminate my skin without it being heavy, without it being sparkly. I feel like everything that I use that's illuminating is really sparkly. Okay, thank you for the tips. Although you probably shouldn't tell me because I really shouldn't have peanut butter pie. I'll eat the whole thing myself. All right, so I'm loving this brush. It's so nice. And I'm going to go ahead and come in here. Look, just even that, like how pigmented these products are, and a little bit goes a long way. And if I want to just get a heavier coverage, then I'm going to tap more. And if I want that more blended in look, then I'm going to sweep a little bit as I'm going. And I'm just, as you can tell, just going over the center of my face. I don't really need to wipe this other stuff off because I only put a little tiny bit on, so I'm just going to just gently go over it with the wheat. So I'm really just going the center of my face, all the places that I need to cover. And this is so fast when I am not talking your ear off. But today I am just really wanted to teach you you know, just kind of how to get that really nice glowy look and how to find a makeup that's not going to age your skin and it's not going to what's the word? Make your skin look orange or anything like that. Hang on, I'm gonna swipe these comments so I can make sure I'm getting a good coverage here. All right, so that's a nice brush for coverage. I sometimes like to use this brush so that I can like work it into the skin. It just kind of depends on what your preference is. This is a good stippling end also. This is the Detail Hack brush. This is the B Square brush. So just kind of getting it all worked in is the goal here. And then I'm gonna go in with something else. So that's kind of my routine where I have discoloration. I mean, you saw I was really red when I first started this, and then as I blend it in, and with the cream that I use, it's so nice because as it sits, it'll start to kind of soak in and warm up to the skin and just look more like your skin instead of it having that really powdery or cakey or sparkly or something that just, it doesn't move, it doesn't look it's distracting, and you don't want your makeup to look distracting. Let's see, I have a couple questions. The first one I think made you look a little grayish. Yeah, the first one was this one that I did. It was just too, it was too light, and it just kind of just gave that texture there. That was Aura. Lay It Low wants to know, Sunlit is even more of a yellow base than the ones you used. Yeah, so Sunlit is more like a pure yellow. And that's a really nice one. So like if you like to use like a banana powder or something like that, this is a great one to use, and it's going to give extra brightening. So I'm going to use that one actually to give a little extra glowy look. Okay, but first I'm going to come in. I really love to use the edge, the straight edge of the Detail Hack brush for my contour. So contouring is hard. It's so easy. I feel like most contour colors look like this color. This is cinnamon and it's a highlight. They look like really brown like this. And so it is hard to find a nice contour color. This one is ash. I'm going to use ash today. I think, I mean, even though I'm tan, you can really kind of mix and match and find what you like the most, but I'm going to start with ash. And what you really want is something that's going to mimic the shadows. So like, here's my natural shadows right here. I naturally have a shadow here. I naturally have shadows here. I naturally have shadows here. And see how much closer that is to my natural shadow than something like this that I would normally find for like a darker contour color. This is gonna be too warm, and it's gonna make my skin look more dirty than it is going to make it look like I have kind of carved out the contours of my face. And I naturally have cheekbones that cast a little bit of a shadow, but I don't want to go under those. I want to go right on them, or I want to create my own shadow. So see here, when I push in, I'm creating that natural shadow, and I can see it's darkening right there. And that's right where my cheekbones are. And I want my cheekbones to look nice and lifted and youthful. So I'm going to take this straight edge here, and I'm just tapping a little bit in, and I'm going in. Hi, Beth. How are you doing? Hi, Melanie. I'm just going to go in and run it right along the base of my cheekbone. Not right where my natural shadow is, because that's lower than I want it. I want my natural shadow is right here. And see how much bigger that's going to make my cheek look if I do that? It's just going to really make my cheeks prominent. And I don't want my cheeks prominent. Not me. You might, and that might just be the face shape that you have and that you want. But that's not what I want. That's not what I'm aiming for with contouring. So I'm going to put it there. I want to make sure it's not too ashy. If it's too ashy, it can kind of look sallow. So there's definitely warmer contours. Just kind of sweeping. If you put a lot of highlight there to cover up, you might not want to sweep. You'll want to like just dab like that. This one's ash. So now I have that product there, and I'm going to just kind of go along my jawline here. Your jawline, you already have a shadow most of the time, and you really want to make sure you blend this one out. I forget to blend it all the time, and then sometimes it looks like I didn't blend it also with this lighting. So this I wait to blend, but this I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna take any chances. If you have a chin here like I do, kind of a double chin, if it's sagging right there, you want to go behind the shadow, the natural shadow. Here's the natural shadow, and I'm just going to start behind that, because I don't want to deepen the natural shadow already, because that's just going to make me look like I have a double chin. And then I'm just lightly going along. It looks like there's a lot of product there because I naturally have a shadow there, but there is really not a lot of product there at all. And then I'm just going to bring it down on my neck there for nice blending. And then I'm picking it up again by stippling it this way. And I'm going to go right in and make sure that I get it into my hairline. So I want my eyes to look big. That's my goal. I want my lips to stand out. So I'm working with the contours of my face to really hone in right here on my, what they call the triangle of light, okay? Which is right here. That's where you should have that brightness. And I want to make my eye stand out. So I'm going to kind of really, what's the word? Contour. I'm really going to contour the edges of my face so that the places where the lightness is going to bring it forward. And then there's the dark is going to push back. And this is probably a little too ashy for how warm my tan is today. But that's okay. I'm going to put some Bella bronzer over it and warm it up. Okay, so now I kind of have those stripes there, and I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to come in with a little bit of blush. I can always put more on if I want to. That's the beauty of these awesome products, is that, especially of using creams, is that I can go in and I can reapply more. I'm going to use this new one. This one is Summer Love. I love it. It's so pretty. It's just a nice neutral pink. And I'm going to like fluff my brush out by kind of pressing it here. And then to just spread those bristles. And then I'm going to pick it up. And this brush gives me just the perfect blush application. I'm going to put it right here, kind of to the edge of my eye, not right on the center, because I don't want my blush to overwhelm my eyes. And this kind of matches my shirt today. And I'm going to go out and finally see Captain Marvel with my husband. So excited. Who has seen it? What do you guys think? Who's ready for Endgame? All right, I love it. That's such a cute color. And see how that just kind of blended that contour a little bit in, and you can't even really see that it's there, but it's definitely there. I definitely still have that shadow. And then right here, it's still not really blended. And I do feel like this contour is a little bit too cool toned for me. So I'm going to actually take this. Here's some other contour colors that I have. My palette's so messy, you guys. Don't look at me. This is more of these are warmer ones. This is, I probably could use Stone or Olive today since I'm so tan. But now I'm going to use this one. This is Bella bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. You can definitely use the powder if you prefer, but I like the cream because, again, it just moves with your skin. And I'm just going to come up here and start kind of blending it into the contour line and blending the contour line into the highlight. And I need to do my hair. I'm fully aware. And then right down here, I don't want it to make all of my blush go away. So I think bronzer is awesome on everybody. And I used to just contour forever. I just contoured with bronzer, but it is a little too warm. And then just see, everything's just really coming together nicely. And really giving more of a natural look, but I definitely have plenty of makeup on, but it doesn't look like it. So, all right, I've got funny lighting going on here, you guys, I know. So now, love that bronzer. Stays really nicely. I'm actually going to put a little bit of that down on my chest here, which is like beet red, because I always get a red chest when I'm nervous and I'm sharing publicly, because why not? All right, so next I'm going to go in with a illuminator. What do you guys think? What should I do? Which one should I choose? They're all so pretty. We have, why can't I'm all of a sudden forgetting all the names? And of course, this is the first edition and didn't have the names on it. They're really pretty though. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Which one should I do? Photoshop. Okay, thank you. I do know which one Photoshop is. Thank goodness. All right. I'm like forgetting. What's the top one, Melanie? The little, it's Starlit? This one? I can't remember. All right, so I'm doing Photoshop today. It's going to be so pretty and it's going to match my blush. So I love that. And then I have so I like to have a lot of illuminator. Lots of times, oh, should I use Angel? Okay, Melanie, which one? Angel, since it's new, or Photoshop? I should use Angel because that's the brand new one. And it's kind of like Photoshop. Let's do Angel. We'll do Angel. So I want to show you the difference though, because these are kind of like each other. This one is cream and this one is powder. So let's talk about cream and powder highlight and why. So powder highlight is great and it's so pigmented. Whoa. And tap your brush. Tap, tap, tap. Let's talk about it though. When you put it on, it's gonna show all of those. It's really going to like illuminate your pores. Okay, so you can see every single pore. It's beautiful, but you can see every single pore. So if you're someone that, if you really like the, I love to have a lot of illuminator. I love to have that pop right up here. I think it's so beautiful. Just catches the light. It's so nice. But if you, the only downside really to a powder illuminator is that it can really accentuate anything that it's on. And it can really, hi Georgina. I just had a niece named Georgiana. I love it. This is the BFF. This is the, sorry, BBF. It's the best blend forever. I'm making sure I'm saying that correctly. I'm like so many brushes and I love this one. It's great. This is perfect. It has that tapered end. It's so light and it's so pretty for that powdered illuminator. So I love the powdered illuminator, but then watch what happens too when I do a cream illuminator right next to it. The cream is just a little more blendy with the skin. And so even though I'm still making it really concentrated by putting it on with my finger, it looks more like glass, and this you can see more of the texture. So that's kind of the ups and downs to a cream illuminator versus a powdered illuminator. All right, still really beautiful, still really catches the light. It's just not as shocking, not as like, whoa, there's that spotlight right there, which is really beautiful and a lot of people love that and I do too. But I love to have also, you have to be kind of careful with it, the placement of it, and it can bring out your pores more. So that's really kind of the ups and downs of each of them. This one's just going to be more subtle, but I love it. It's so pretty and it's going to blend really beautifully into my Cupid's bow here. Again, it catches the light just ever so slightly. And so having it on your Cupid's bow is going to make that upper lip look more prominent. And then having it right here, maybe a little bit up here. I have hooded eyes, and so I'm not going to be like putting it all up in here. It's going to close my eyes, okay? But having it a little touch right there. I would go down my nose, but right now I'm going to contour my nose for you. All right, so let's talk about contouring your nose really fast. Not everybody needs to contour their nose. Like I said before, I'm really trying to accentuate my eyes, and that's just what I'm going for, my eyes and my lips. And so I like to kind of tone it down with my nose. I like my nose, it's just fine. I have a little bump right there. I have some bumps right here. It's pretty proportionate, but I just don't want it to be the focal point, which is why I like to contour my nose. It's not for everybody. Not everybody should, especially if you, you know, like your nose just fine and you don't mind it. So nose contouring is just your preference, whatever you want to do. I do like to, I think the simplest way to do it is to make sure that you're using a brush that's kind of feathered like this. So that way you don't have to be so exact, because if you're too perfect, it just looks, you just have to be so careful. So I just kind of pushed these bristles together to make it a little more pointed. This is the small end of the Detail Hack brush, and I'm just gonna dip it in that same contour, especially because that's a really ashy contour. Having a really light or a really warm contour is just going to make it look funny on your nose. You really have to be careful, make sure that your nose contour is really a very cool tone contour. So I'm just going to slim down the sides a little bit by kind of coming from the side and just feathering up and down, back and forth a little bit. Another thing is that if you go all the way down your nose with your contour color, like down the sides of your nose, it's going to make your nose look bigger. So you really should be more highlighting right there. You guys, all over the place. I'm sorry. You should highlight more. I totally forgot a different color that I was going to do, but I will do that in a minute. All right, so you can do that. You can even, this brush is great for it. You can even go down if you want to. You can use this little part and go down the sides of your nose with this as well. So it's just really up to you, whatever you like the best. But you want to try to go really straight, you know, have it be a really straight line, because if it's not a straight line, then it's going to kind of accentuate. So let me show you kind of, here's my example. This one right here, see how that's kind of off, and what it's doing is that I have a little bump there. So I'm going in and just straightening it out. And then to really straighten it out, I'm going all the way up to my eyebrow. I'm feathering all the way up to my eyebrow. To really straighten it out, I'm going to take a lighter color highlight now, and I'm going to go in these little pie piece triangles right here under my eye, and I'm going to go right here, and that's where I'm going to use Sunlit. So I'm going to take this other tapered end, this more flat tapered end of my Best Blends Forever, my BBF. And this one's great for highlight, for just a light highlight. This is Sunlit. And I'm just going to gently dip a little bit. Just picked up a very small amount, and I'm gonna highlight right up here and right here, and this is just accentuating the triangle of light. Hi, Andrea. And then right here, I'll just do this side first so you can kind of compare and see what all that yellow does. Just took away the purple under my eye. And I'm gonna make sure I brush down the sides of my nose just a little bit, because I don't want to have too much shadow right there. Because again, that will just make my eye look bigger. And that just really brightens it all up. And then let's do this side now. This is so nice. I don't have to go in with concealer. I don't have to set it. I can set it if I want to, but having a more hydrating, just a tiny bit of a more hydrating concealer slash highlight or whatever under your eye is going to keep it from being so creasy all the time and being a set crease that you just can't even reset it or try to you know, wipe it out without it blend it out without it like kind of ruining it. So I'm going to take this same, I'm going to do this for you guys in an easier way. I'm going to take this same really light highlight, and I'm just touching a tiny bit on, and because I can get my finger really straight and I want this to be the straightest part, I'm going to go down the bridge of my nose and blend up. Okay, and then that still needs some blending. And you guys, my kid specifically, my littlest, my youngest, my 2-year-old has literally searched through the entire house and destroyed every Perfector makeup sponge that I own by biting it. And this is the last, this is the last semi-good one that I have. So I just soaked it with water, and then I'm going to, you have to be careful with these, it'll kind of blend your makeup off sometimes. So I'm just gonna go and just gently do that. And then just a little bit here. Touch, just touching. Okay. And then if I want to, I can go in a little more with, where's my darker color here? Kind of shortening my nose just a little bit. All right, so it's just not so prominent. And then you can also, just for a little detailing, go right here under your lip. with, this is my contour color. This is Ash. Oh, okay, Chelsea, sorry. Chelsea says her 2-year-old threw hers in the toilet this morning. So if anyone else is a victim of a 2-year-old, please raise your hand. All right, so that, now that I have my nose contoured to where I want it, I'm going to, I kind of missed this side a little bit. I'm just blending it out. I'm going to take Angel Illuminator and I'm just going to touch right here. It's really popular to have the highlight be right here on the end of your nose. But for me, I don't prefer it because I feel like then I've pulled focus to my nose so much more than I want to. And so I like to just do just a little bit right here, and it just helps to brighten that area and just catch that the light just a little tiny bit. These are all creams and I just love it. They stay so well. They make my face look hydrated and glowy without it looking oily or heavy. I don't have to set them if I don't want to. I absolutely can if I want to, but it's just a very healthy, and you know, matte or shimmery, they're going to go in and out of style, but cream is always going to look like your second skin. It's going to look so nice. So I have done freelance makeup for over 10 years and I always use creams. I love them. They don't oxidate, nothing like that. So, okay, jumping right back in now, make sure I haven't forgotten anything else. I'm going to put some of this Summer Love that I used on my cheeks, right on my lips. So pretty. Pink is kind of coming back in style. Pink lips. And then let's just do my brows really quickly, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them today. So this is my Hotline brush, and I am going to use the color that I always use for my eyes, which is Bird, or for my brows, which is Bird. If I can find it. All right, I promise next time I will organize my makeup before I go live. All right, so these are powders, just FYI. This is Bird, and I'm just gonna go in, and when you're doing your brows, the most important line is this, the underside line, okay? So to make sure that I'm getting them as even as possible, I'm gonna do this first to both of them. I'm gonna find my starting point, and I don't wanna go in further than the corner of my eye. But that's kind of where my brows begin. I just don't have any like color or anything there. They're all blonde and very faint. All right, so once you get that first, I guess I call it like, it's like a half of a square, because you're gonna go in with the rest of it. Once you really get that part filled in, and these shadows are so pigmented, they work amazing for brows. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to go straight from here, and this is where the most important line is really going to give, doesn't matter how bold you're going to go with your brows, this line is the one that you kind of want to be sharp, and that's going to guide the rest of your brows. So I'm just gently brushing it in all the way to the end here, making sure any areas where it's sparse that I am filling it in. And again on the line. Okay, and now I can go up and in to my brows and find my arch right up here, my natural arch. And what I did with my brows, honestly, mine were overplucked like everybody else's when the eyebrow care really started. Look how awesome it looks to just have those brows, how much more it frames my face. Even just putting that arch right there. Look at how different, how much more lifted my eye looks on that side. So I used some lash serum, and I also would put, every time I put my lash serum on, I would put it on my brows. And then I also take a hair, skin, and nails vitamin that I love, that helps me a ton with my adult acne. Vitamins, I cannot suggest vitamins enough if you have adult acne. It's the worst. And then also just growing them out, just not touching them. Once you really just grow them out, it's really hard to do, but you can kind of fill them in until then. But I just let them grow as long as I could. I didn't pluck, I didn't touch them. And then they really started to take their natural shape a lot more, and I was really able to see. So, okay, so that looks great. I love it. I really focused a lot on my lashes to just like before this, really, because lashes are, for anyone who has like sagging eyes up here or a little bit of a hood or that crease right over whatever, it is really nice to have good lashes. That will really help open up anyone's eyes if you feel like your eyes are naturally closed. So I just don't hardly know. I mean, there's just so many people that have that bit of that hood there that want their eyes to look bigger. So these are Lashify lashes. I love them. I got them in a pack. They come in these little, let's see if I can find it for you. They come in these little Gossamers here. Here is one little piece. They come like this. If you can kind of see, let me get my tweezers. They come like this with their little tiny pieces, and you just pull them out and then you attach them to the underside of your eye like that. And with the glue, they are great. I put the link in there. They are supposed to last for about 3 to 7 days. I've heard of people saying they last anywhere from 3 to 10 days, just depending. You can reapply them, you can wash them, you can get more, whatever else you want to do, and you can get points for reordering them. But I am really, really happy with them. I just put them on last night and I love them so much so far. Strip lashes are just too much for me to just be doing all the time. Plus they really irritate my eyes, and these don't do that at all. So one last brush through to kind of fluff my brows. And then I'm just going to do something really subtle today with my eye makeup. I love my eyeshadow everything brush. I just couldn't do my makeup without it. I always have a couple of them on hand because it's just my favorite. I find that I can do so much with it. So I like to have a couple of them. And I'm going to go in with the brow color that I use. I'm going to use it on my eye as just kind of a nice base. And I'm not going to go right in the crease, right where my eyes are closed. I'm going to go above the crease to make my eyes look bigger. And I'm going to go in swirling, sweeping motions. And this is just some basic eyeshadow for you guys. See how it's just right above the crease? So that way it makes my eye look deeper and bigger. I'm not going to do a really dark color because that might take away a little bit from my lashes today. And I'm going in a halo or a windshield wiper, whatever you call this. Back and forth, blending it in. Okay. And then same on this side. And I'm just creating a shadow because before all of that light that was there was taking away from the light of my eyes, the whites in my eyes. And so it's closing your eyes a little bit more when you have all of that light space above your eye. Just blending it in, This is just a really neutral brown color. And then I'm going to take the very edge of it, tap that so I don't have fallout, look up, and sweep right under my eye. And back up to the crease, or back up to the end, or the edge right here. And same on the other side. And I've gotten so used to this, I don't even look. I don't have to look, I should say. But it takes time and it takes practice. And I'm just deepening the corner now. I'm still picking it up. It matters how you pick up your eyeshadow. I'm still picking it up with the edge of this rounded, like dome shaped brush. These are the best types of brushes for eyeshadows. Will help you blend while you also place it really nicely. If you have a flat brush, it's just so much harder to work with. So if you have difficulty with your eyeshadow, you really need a domed brush. And then I don't want it to be like too heavy a line right there, so I'm just kind of blending it out. Like, that is so simple. I can pretty much walk away like that. I'm gonna take a little bit deeper. This is Lullaby here. It's a nice dark mauve color. And I am gonna put that right on the edge with the same brush. Just to open my eye even more. And I'm just kind of going into like a C shape or like a boomerang. And then I'm going to, I'm gonna take this color, which is Rome, and I'm gonna go right up here. Like I said, if I bring it too far into this spot right here, it's just gonna close my eye more. So I'm just lightening barely right there. And then I'm gonna take it with my finger because that's gonna make it more pigmented. And I'm gonna just, it's a very light shimmer. I don't want it to be too shimmery there today. And I'm just tapping it on. There you go, 3 colors. Really simple, looks great, took me no time at all. And it's just using a highlight and a mid-tone and then an accent, which was Lullaby. So Bird, Lullaby, and then Rome, and my eyeshadow everything brush. Okay, you guys, do you have any questions or anything else? Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching this today. I'm gonna probably go flat iron the ends of my hair, and it was so fun to talk to you. I just want to thank you for allowing me to do these tutorials with you and share this stuff with you. I love it so much. It's so fun for me. And it's just something that I have always loved to do, and it's kind of a dream come true for me. So thank you so much. If you liked this video, if you could share, and if you have any questions or if you want to chat with me personally, please message me, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I have my channel linked above so you can watch any of the past tutorials that I've done. I've got lots of hair and makeup and all kinds of stuff on there. And yeah, I hope to see you around here again. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.